That's in his last outing. If you look at his numbers in his career, 283 against lefties, 254 against righties. Even a bigger discrepancy so far this season, 288 against lefties and 208 against righties. So what Lou Piniella's done, he obviously looks at those numbers. He's got all left-hander hit at outfield today, a left-hander hitting DH, and of course Travis Lee at first base. He has no lefties left on the bench. They're all in a lineup to try to beat Bronson Arroyo.
Red Sox and Devil Rays in the final game of the series. Back with more from Tropicana Field after this.
Why did your last diet fail?
If you're over 30, overstressed, and overweight, take a look in the mirror. You've got excess body fat around your waist, hips, and belly, right? Well, diet failure is not your fault. The problem is cortisol, a nasty little stress hormone that traps excess fat around the middle. But now there's Relacor. Relacor helps control cortisol and helps us lose stubborn belly fat fast. If you're dieting and still plagued by unsightly belly bulge, even if you're low-carb dieting, there's only one Relacor. Relacor helps you get thinner, look younger, and have energy to burn. Remember, when you're over 30, overstressed, and want to get rid of stubborn belly fat, the answer is Relacor.
Call in the next 15 minutes and find out how you can receive a 1-month supply of Relacor absolutely free. Call 1-800-313-3220. That's 1-800-313-3220.
Order Relacor now. It's easy. You'll love it.
Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Hyundai, by Olympia Sports, by New England Jeep Dealers, by Pepsi, by Subaru, by Coors Light, and by Southwest Airlines.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back to Tropicana Field for the third and final game of this three-game series between the Red Sox and the Devil Rays. And let's take a look at the starting lineups. Lineup brought to you by Rico, as the Red Sox have Johnny Damon leading off in center field. Damon so far 6 for 20 in the series, 3 RBIs. Trot Nixon in right field, bat second. Manny Ramirez in left. David Ortiz, 2 mammoth blasts here last night. He's 6 for 20 in 5 games against Tampa Bay with 3 homers. Kevin Millar at first base. Jason Varitek doing the catching. Edgar Renteria at shortstop. Ramon Vasquez back in there at third base. Bill Miller still ailing with the flu. And Mark Bellhorn at second base bats ninth as the Red Sox go up against old friend Hideo Nomo.
2-1 on the season. Wins against Oakland in his first outing in New York last time out. In that game against the Yankees, he worked on 3 days rest, only giving up 1 earned run and beat Randy Johnson. His loss coming to the Red Sox. 2+ innings, 5 hits, 8 earned runs, and had terrible control in that game. 5 walks and only 1 strikeout for Nomo against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. The Tampa Bay defense is brought to you by New England Toyota dealers. It'll be Nick Green getting the start at third base, Julio Lugo the shortstop, Jorge Cantu and Travis Lee at first base. Left to right, Kyle Crawford, Chris Singleton, and Aubrey Huff. Charles Johnson doing the catching. You see those numbers for Travis Lee, one of the all-time terrific defensive first basemen in the league.
Umpiring crew, Ted Barrett has the plate. Tom Hallion added to the crew today. He's at first base. Rick Reed at second base. And Terry Kraft, the umpire, at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
And Johnny Damon ready to lead it off here in the top half of the first inning. Johnny up over 300 right now at 301. No homers and 7 runs batted in. The first pitch of the ball game missing for ball 1.
Pretty simple against Nomo. You're going to see the fastball anywhere from 84 to maybe 89. Of course, the split-fingered fastball, occasional curveball.
There's a strike and the count 1-1 to Damon. 4th outing of the season for Hideo Nomo. 2nd time that he has matched up against the Red Sox. A 13-game winner for the Red Sox back in 2001. This one sprayed into center field, a base hit. Red Sox have the lead runner on.
Now that's the splitter right there from Nomo, and of course as a hitter you have to make him get that pitch up. When he leaves it in the middle of the plate and about belt high, it's a very hittable pitch. And it's right out over the plate about belt high, and Johnny Damon with the leadoff base hit.
Here's Nixon getting the start in right field today for the Red Sox. Played last night, was 1 for 4 in game 2 of the series. Overall at .289 for Nixon on the season. Here at Tropicana Field, he has 8 home runs over the course of his career, today being the 40th game he's played here. He is 2 for 8 on the road trip. A trip that ends here today with the Red Sox wrapping things up with Tampa Bay. And then returning home to host the Baltimore Orioles. Red Sox need a win here to have a winning trip after winning the first 2 games of the road trip in Baltimore in convincing fashion. A strike over the outside corner, and it's 2-1 now to Nixon.
Now the last 2 wins for the Devil Rays certainly have been exciting. They've done it with over 30,000 people in the stands. Even though most of them are Red Sox fans, you know, they maybe have converted a few to be Tampa fans.
There goes Damon. Nixon takes a pitch high for a ball. The throw down will scoot through into center field. So Damon will just keep scooting on to third. It gets through on the throw from Charles Johnson. Damon with the stolen base. And the error charge to Johnson has Damon at third with nobody out.
And he picked the perfect pitch to go on. It was a split-fingered fastball, which is certainly slower. You can see Johnson quickly trying to rush that throw. It gets by and hits Damon. And on that pop-up slide, he's able to get to third base. 4th steal of the season for Johnny Damon.
Nixon with the hitter's count as he takes a 3-1 for ball 4. And a walk given up by Hideo Nomo. Walks have always been a problem when you talk about Hideo Nomo. And his first walk of his outing coming here to the second batter that he faces. Walked only 3 last time out against New York, but in the first outing against the Red Sox, he walked 5. And just 2 innings of work. And he had 5 hits and 8 runs. So the first 2 have reached. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Manny Ramirez. And he had 274, 5 homers, and 18 runs batted in. In the air to left field, Carl Crawford wandering back shy of the track to make the catch. Damon will easily tag and score, and the Red Sox will take the 1-0 lead.
Manny picks up his 19th run batted in the season with the sacrifice fly. That ties him to second place in the American League. Tejada leads with 20. He is now tied with Brian Roberts. First fastball, middle in, and Ramirez with the line drive out to left field for the sacrifice fly.
19th RBI of the season for Manny. One out in the inning. Nixon at first, and here's David Ortiz. Last night, hit 2 monstrous home runs here at Tropicana Field. One to right center and one to right field. He now has 6 home runs on the season. .261 batting average, 15 RBIs to go along with these 6 home runs. He is behind Brian Roberts and Paul Konerko. Each have 7 home runs to lead the American League.
I hear our friend the Leather Lung, Rob, is back behind home plate. He was not there last night, and apparently his guy this year is David Ortiz. It's been Todd Walker. Who was it last year? Bellhorn. This year it's Ortiz. Actually, you know, he does a lot of nice things, that guy. He raffled off some seats and gave the money to ALS charity. Boston fans, I think, are coming down in July to take advantage of that contest that he had to sit with him at a Devil Rays game.
That must be a real joy. Well, we saw him at Fenway Park. He came to Fenway. Eric Fried actually announced where he was going to be sitting. I'm not sure he was thrilled with that development.
He's actually a real good guy and does a lot of work for charity.
In there for a strike, and it's 2-2 now to David Ortiz.
Now, he was here the first night. He was not here last night. Maybe he was Saturday night. Maybe had a speaking or a yelling engagement somewhere.
Ortiz grounds it off. Nomo out towards shortstop. Lugo gets it and gets rid of it quickly and gets Ortiz. Nice play at first by Travis Lee. But off the glove of Nomo, redirected out towards Lugo. And they retire David Ortiz.
What a play by Travis Lee at first base. I mean, first the deflection off Nomo, then the barehanded play by Lugo. But it's Travis Lee who keeps this ball from getting by him, gets the out. He's made a lot of nice plays in this series at first base. He just makes it look so easy, nice and smooth at first base.
Nixon up into scoring position at second base now, 2 down. And here's Kevin Millar. Hitting at .278 to begin the game. No homers and 7 runs batted in. Millar's reached base safely in 12 straight games. Is off a pitch. It's up top, and it's 2-0.
That's a better fastball for Nomo than he had at Fenway Park. The last fastball at 87. I don't think he touched 87 in the game that he pitched at Fenway.
4th outing he's pitched against Oakland, Boston, and New York, and he comes in with a 2-1 record. He strikes to Millar, and it's 2-1. He's not yet thrown over 100 pitches in any of his outings so far this season. The most he's thrown was his very first outing, which was back on April 13th against Oakland. In an 11-2 win, he threw 91 pitches over 6 innings.
Yeah, so far this year, he's faced Barry Zito, that win against Oakland, David Wells at Fenway, and Randy Johnson at Yankee Stadium, and he won that game on 3 days rest, as I mentioned. I believe that was the first time in his career that he had gone on 3 days rest.
Millar takes the strike, and it's a full count.
No fastball there for Millar on the 3-1 count. The splitter for strike 2.
Todd Nixon at second base, 2 down, a run in for the Red Sox here in the top half of the first inning. Millar laces it foul back to the backstop. Hideo Nomo, 36 years old, 10 years of Major League service. Had to make that start on 3 days rest. The one you mentioned at Yankee Stadium after Mark Hendrickson was scratched with shoulder stiffness. Beat Randy Johnson 6-2 to pick up his second victory of the season. Millar, it's a one-hopper that eats up Nick Green. Goes into left. Nixon's going to try and score. He will, and the Red Sox lead it 2-0. That just exploded on the Tampa Bay third baseman Nick Green, and the Red Sox lead it 2-0.
Yeah, nothing Nick Green could do here. This is a rocket. Again, the split-fingered fastball, and that time Millar crushes it down to third base, and there's that hop that's just going to eat up Nick Green down at third base. Now, he's had his struggles down there early in the season, but I mean, not many guys are going to make that play.
So Millar with an RBI single, now has 8 RBIs on the season. The Red Sox off to the fast start today. And here's Jason Varitek. Varitek 0 for 5 so far in the series as he hits a .321, 4 homers, and 9 runs batted in. Red Sox scoring early once again as they've outscored their opponents 27-6 so far in the first 2 innings this season. They have not allowed a first inning run to the opponent yet. The last team in the major leagues to be able to make that statement. Off speed, he misses with it. 2-1. RBIs in the inning for Manny Ramirez on a sac fly to left. And an RBI single for Kevin Millar that has the Red Sox on top 2-0. A strike, a high strike at that, and evens a count of 2-2. The big lead off first base, held on by Travis Lee. Varitek stays alive. Nomo's had to throw a lot of first inning pitches. He's already thrown 26 pitches in his outing here in the first inning. There's 75 pitches over 2+ innings in the 10-0 loss against the Red Sox. First gave up the grand slam to David Ortiz. It was part of the 10-0 Red Sox win. He lasted just 2 innings, 5 hits, 8 earned runs. Walked 5, struck out just 1. We'll go back to 1998, the time that he allowed as many runs in an inning. Remember the Dodgers. To third, Nick Green. Make the long toss across, off the mark. And Travis Lee able to get it, and the Red Sox are gone. A 2-run first has Boston on top 2-0.
Come here, guys. Look at our field. We can't play here.
We can fix this.
This spring, Briggs & Stratton is revitalizing youth baseball fields all across the country. Now through April 30th, kids can nominate their field at BriggsDiamondsInTheRough.com. The grand prize is a $20,000 makeover and a baseball clinic hosted by Hall of Famers Lou Brock and Carlton Fisk. Briggs & Stratton, the power that works for you.
Know the score before the game with Nesson.
We've got you.
If the jack of all trades had a magic sign that showed every vehicle at Court Used Vehicle Center, it'd look something like this. Hundreds of premium used cars and trucks in the park, unbeatable Court deals, and the best used vehicle warranty on the Hogan Road. Court Used Vehicle Center, Hogan Road, Bangor.
Why would you shop anywhere else?
It's pure SUV at Quark Hyundai, Haskell Road, Bangor.
The Hyundai Tucson with full power options, AC, cruise, CD, front and side airbags from just $17,995 with the Hyundai Advantage, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
So when does your warranty expire?
Bounce down to your lottery agent and get your main Powerball ticket today. And remember, Power Play lets you multiply your non-jackpot winnings up to 5 times.
Main Powerball. The Power Play is powerful.
From the Boston Globe sports team.
Yesterday's hero is today's bum.
The Boston Globe Sports Plus on Nessun with 2 shows each week. It's sports plus a whole lot more.
Neighborhood Supermarket.
Last half of the first inning with the Red Sox on top 2-0. Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay starting lineup. Brought to you by Dodge. Leading it off is Carl Crawford. Indian left field, Alex Sanchez, the DH batting second, Julio Lugo at shortstop, Aubrey Huff in right, Travis Lee at first base. They're home at 297, hitter only 188 away from Tropicana Field. Cantu at second base, Chris Singleton in center. Johnson doing the catching, and Green at third base for Tampa Bay as they go up against Bronson Arroyo.
1-0 on the season. The win coming in his first start against Toronto, then a no decision in a game the Red Sox won against the Yankees, and last time out probably his best game of the year against Toronto, but late in the game Toronto came back to win that one. 2-1 in his career in 4 games and 3 starts against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And of course Bronson Arroyo always enjoys pitching here. It is the home for him and a lot of Red Sox players down here in Florida.
It was about an hour away during the offseason. A lot of friends and family here to see Bronson make his start today. Strike evens accounted 1-1 to Carl Crawford. He started every game so far for Tampa Bay this season. Jorge Cantu, the other member of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays to have started every game so far this year. 340 batting average against right-handers. Aces this one foul down the right field line. He leads the Devil Rays in RBIs. He's got 15 RBIs, which is good for 7th in the American League. He didn't have 15 RBIs last year until June 13th. So a much quicker start for him with the bat this season. Last year, this time in April, he had 6 RBIs, so he's well ahead of the pace. Most RBIs that Carl Crawford's had in any month in his young major league career. June of 2004, he had 16 RBIs. All off to the left, still 2-2. Foul ball, and Crawford staying alive. Red Sox scoring first for the 14th time of 19 games to begin the season. And the Red Sox enjoy the 2-0 lead as the Devil Rays bat here in the last half of the first inning. Crawford again after the 2-2. He pops it up into shallow left. Manny coming on. 1 away.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Lexus. They are 5th in the league. They've made 11 errors in the 18 games that they've played. Ramon Vasquez at third base. Edgar Renteria, the shortstop. Mark Bell on at second. And Kevin Millar at first. Left to right, Ramirez, Damon, and Nixon. And once again, Jason Veritek behind the plate catching Arroyo.
One down for Alex Sanchez, the DH for the Devil Rays.
A little different look that time as Arroyo drops down to the side with the breaking ball against Sanchez.
And on the grass at third is Vasquez. Lines it foul down the left field line, and it's 1-2. He was 1 for 4 in the ball game last night. And 4 for 10 so far in the series. Overall hitting at .267. And he has been all over this Tampa Bay lineup, batting third, ninth. He bats second in the ball game today. Two and two to Sanchez. His first bunt single on Friday night in the first game of the series. He led all of the American League last season with 29 bunt singles. Strikes out this time. First strikeout for Bronson Arroyo. 2 down. HD Game Night return to select Showcase Cinema theaters this season Tuesday night. Check out NESN's high-definition Red Sox coverage on the big screen for 20 dates this season. Go to NESN.com for more information. So 2 down in the last half of the first inning, and here's Julio Lugo. He's had a great start to the season. .310 batting average, 9 RBIs. He's hit safely in 14 of 15 games. Had a 10-game hitting streak going. That came to an end last Tuesday against Randy Johnson and the Yankees.
And we mentioned in Baltimore how Veritek keeps an eye on Tejada. He's doing the same thing with Lugo, and he's done it throughout the series. Always checking to see if Lugo's peeking back. Certain guys get that reputation. Of course, it doesn't take catches long to figure that out. So they will keep close tabs on where their eyes are.
Sharply backhanded, knocked down by Bellhorn, who throws just in time to get Lugo. Bellhorn stayed with it. 1-2-3 go the Devil Rays. 2-0 Red Sox.
With some kids, progress isn't like flipping on a light switch. It happens a little at a time, mostly very little. Like learning how to brush your teeth because no one ever bothered to teach you at 7 years old. That's how we have to sometimes measure success, one tooth at a time.
Is underactive thyroid function keeping you fat?
Underactive thyroid function caused by crash diets or unbalanced weight loss programs can slow your metabolism and make losing weight almost impossible. But now there's Thyron ATC, safe, effective weight loss with the thyroid support you need. Face it, poor thyroid function is a diet killer. It can sabotage any weight loss plan. That's why there's Thyron ATC. Finally, safe, effective weight loss. Thyron ATC, the weight loss you want with the added support you need. Thyron ATC, it works, really works.
Call in the next 15 minutes and find out how you can receive a bonus bottle of Thyron ATC absolutely free. Call 1-800-887-9114. That's 1-800-887-9114. Thyron ATC, the weight loss you want plus the thyroid support you need. Order now. Supplies are limited.
Thyron ATC. See the difference. Feel the difference. You won't be disappointed.
Third.
Well, fans, Red Sox Nation extends to Hollywood. Drew Barrymore and Jimmy Fallon star in Fever Pitch, now showing in theaters nationwide. It's a love story about the Red Sox, and several players have roles in the movie. That's Fever Pitch, now playing in theaters everywhere.
Last half of the fifth inning. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy along with Eric Freed. Our producer is Brian Cicello, director Mike Naracci, associate producer is Adam Jupiter, and Shannon is assisting us in the booth. Russ Ken will be returning tomorrow. He does not have anything else removed in the next 24 hours. We hope Russ is doing all right. We look forward to seeing him tomorrow as we return home to Fenway Park. Chris Singleton leading it off in the last half of the fifth inning. Singleton singled in the third inning. Grounded to first, the high hop from Millar, who handles it and retires Singleton for the first out of the inning.
That's a little similar to last night, which is scary. The Red Sox had some runs early in the ball game, and then, of course, Tampa Bay got back in the game and eventually took the lead. Red Sox with 3 runs in the first 2, but have stopped scoring. Nomo settled down.
54 pitches for Bronson Arroyo as he works here with 1 down in the 5th inning. And here's Toby Hall. Charles Johnson started the game, left the game with a sore right shoulder. Hall came in the 3rd and grounded into a double play in his first at bat. Toby Hall started the first 8 games of the season and now 14 of 18, but sharing some time with Charles Johnson lately. Foul down the right field line, 1-2. Sox getting 2 runs in the first, a run in the 2nd inning. Tampa Bay comes back with a run of their own in the bottom of the 4th. 3-1 Red Sox here in the last half of the 5th inning. In center field, Johnny Damon is there, and there's 2 down in the 5th. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric.
Don, you mentioned the setback last night. It's not too often that Curt Schilling has spotted a 4-0 lead and then can't hold on to it. But Curt is trying to find himself right now. While his teammates and many in Red Sox Nation are willing to cut him some slack as he pitches back into form, Curt would have nothing out of it after last night's game.
I'm making every mistake I can make at all the wrong possible times. We had a 4-1 lead, 5-2 lead. I can't hold it. I mean, you name it. Like I said, you saw it. I mean, just a multitude of things that I'm not doing, not executing, not making my pitches, a lot of things.
One thing that Curt does have going for him before his next start, there's the off day in Texas on Thursday, so an extra day of rest before he takes the mound again. That will be Friday in Texas against the Rangers, guys.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. This is hit hard by Nick Green. Out towards deep left center field and gone. A solo home run for Nick Green brings Tampa Bay back within a run. It's 3-2 Red Sox. His first home run.
3 home runs last year in 95 games with the Atlanta Braves. His first of this year. Breaking ball that stayed on the inside part of the plate, and Nick Green picks up his first home run of the year. So, you know, they're letting the Devil Rays hanging around. They've been battling hard this whole series. They have not given in to the Red Sox, even when the Red Sox have got the lead.
Well, Crawford fouls it off. He's 0 for 2 so far in the game. Just to touch on what Eric just showed us some thoughts of Curt Schilling last night. He's tough on himself anyway after a lot of those outings, but it certainly is very different to see him give up leads the way he did last night. Certainly not the Curt Schilling we're used to. Crawford sends one to deep left field. Manny back at the wall, and he makes the catch and bangs into the wall. Manny Ramirez with a grab that ends the inning. A home run in the inning for Green. Red Sox on top 3-2.
Come here, guys. Look at our field. We can't play here.
We can fix this.
This spring, Briggs & Stratton is revitalizing youth baseball fields all across the country. Now through April 30th, kids can nominate their field on BriggsDiamondsInTheRough.com. The grand prize is a $20,000 makeover and a baseball clinic hosted by Hall of Famers Lou Brock and Carlton Fisk. Briggs & Stratton, the power that works for you.
For 86 years, the Fenway faithful said,
Bounce down to your lottery agent and get your main Powerball ticket today. And remember, Power Play lets you multiply your non-jackpot winnings up to 5 times.
Main Powerball. The Power Play is powerful fun.
If the Jack of all trades had a magic sign that showed every vehicle at Court Used Vehicle Center, it'd look something like this. Hundreds of premium used cars and trucks in the park, unbeatable Court deals, and the best used vehicle warranty on the Hogan Road. Court Used Vehicle Center, Hogan Road, Bangor.
Why would you shop anywhere else?
It's Pure SUV at Quirk Hyundai, Haskell Road, Bangor.
The Hyundai Tucson with full power options, AC, cruise, CD, front and side airbags from just $17,995 with the Hyundai Advantage, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
So when does your warranty expire?
UB Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra.
Nesson, every night, every day, and every year, history happens here.
You're watching Sox in 2, the rebroadcast of Sunday's Red Sox game here on Nesson. We now pick up the action later in the game.
Stay tuned after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra. Tom Caron and Jim Rice will have the highlights and clubhouse reaction from today's game. Also, a look ahead to the next 3 games against the Orioles. So stick around for a full hour of highlights, analysis, and interviews after the game.
Bronson Arroyo getting through the first 6, getting out of a jam as Tampa Bay stranded 2. New pitcher on for the Devil Rays, Lance Carter.
1-2-3 9th last night to get his first save since September 28th of 2003. That was also against the Red Sox. Overall, his 6th appearance of the season.
Got Nixon to lead it off. 112 pitch performance today for Hideo Nomo. 6 innings, 7 hits, allowed 4 runs, walked 3, struck out 3. Nixon pops it up in the infield right side. Travis Lee in on the infield turf as he makes the catch for the first out. Speaking of field turf, this does appear to be not nearly as fluffy as it was years ago. It's kind of matted down now over the years.
Yeah, it's more like a carpet now. Still obviously softer than the old AstroTurf. But you're right, not as fluffy as it used to be, or the one up in Toronto now. That's intentional.
There we go.
So there's your answer to... it didn't hit him? Did it hit him?
No.
No, it went behind him, but now we're getting a warning from both umpires, from both benches from the umpire.
And Terry Francona coming out to talk to Ted Barrett.
So that was the response there from Aubrey Huff getting hit by a pitch by Bronson Arroyo. And Manny's been hit, once in this series, Millar twice in this series.
They're getting kind of animated here in this conversation with Ted Barrett after the warnings.
Well, you got to argue, if that was intentional and deemed intentional by the umpire, you could throw him out of the game.
Right.
So that's what Francona's arguing. Look, if you're going to warn the guy, you think it was intentional, then he's got to go out of the game. Schilling last night hit Crawford late in that ball game. I believe it was his last inning that he pitched.
Manny takes care of it as he hits one to deep left field and gone.
That's an answer.
How about that answer? Throw behind me and I'll send one out of the yard. Puts the Red Sox on top 5-2. Ramirez with his 6th home run of the year. How good is that going to feel as he rounds him?
Well, the thing is, Don, the umpire comes out and warns both sides. So the next pitch, if the guy hits, he's out of the game, right? He's probably not going to do that. So Manny's able to hang in there, fastball right out over the plate. And that's how to respond to any kind of activity that's going on. Hit a home run.
So an instant response from Manny Ramirez. Now here's David Ortiz. And he takes the first pitch strike. Grounded down the first baseline foul. David's 0 for 3 in the ball game today. Manny with his 6th home run. He's tied with his teammate David Ortiz, only behind Konerko and Roberts. anti-up in the Red Sox bullpen. He was very frustrated with his outing here the other night. This one thrown over Ortiz, and Ortiz wants a piece. But Lance Carter trying to make his way out. Hall will grab him, and the bench is real empty. And several of the Red Sox getting in there at Carter and others very quickly.
Well, the first guy that I saw out after the pitcher was Trot Nixon. Blaine Neal, big dude right there, trying to keep Nixon under control. But he's the first guy that I noticed out toward that mound trying to get at Carter.
Well, he did get out there in a hurry, too, as home plate umpire Ted Barrett was holding on to Ortiz with all he had.
Well, somebody now here in a Devil Ray uniform with a shirt on wants a piece of some Red Sox player, but they got a group over there waiting for him. Juan Brazelton.
Yeah. Nixon has been in these type situations in this building before here at Tropicana Field against these Devil Rays over the years.
Well, you got to throw the pitcher out of the game. Carter's got to go. There's no question about that.
He has got to go, especially the warning's already assessed.
Now Ted Barrett, the home plate umpire, is really trying to take control. He's getting upset, and he wants to move all these Devil Rays back toward their dugout.
Too many of them milling around, in his opinion, as the Red Sox slowly making their way back to the dugout.
Now you can see this coming, just a matter of time. And too much going on in this series. And once that ball flew over the head of David Ortiz, you could pretty much book that benches were going to empty. And he's got to go. I mean, he's got to be thrown out of the ball game along with Lou Piniella. Usually throw the pitcher and the manager out. And if he didn't think this was intentional, I mean, that's head hunting. That's right over the head.
And Big Papi got hot in a hurry.
You know, there's a difference being hit in the leg and in the foot and in the thigh than there is at a ball thrown at your head like that. Now, there's one in the sitting behind Ramirez and then one over the head of Papi Ortiz.
And the guys that have been hit in this series have been on the lower side. Nothing really up top. Until now.
Here's Nixon. Nixon going right after, I thought, the pitcher, Carter, yeah. And a bunch of people. Brazelton, one of them, and then it's Brazelton. That's who it is. Brazelton and Nixon trying to go at it. As Blaine Neal I'll tell you what, that Blaine Neal's a big dude, man. Somebody's jumping up and down like a jack in a box. I don't know who that is.
Mirabelli was in the middle of that, too. He got there very quickly. Juan Brazelton, no question, throwing haymakers over the top. Whether he connected with Nixon, I don't know.
I don't think he did.
He's flailing away. And the four umpires still meeting, but you're absolutely right. There is no way Lance Carter stays.
No, he's got to go. I mean, that's intentional. You know, you just warn both sides, and you're throwing one over the guy's coconut. He's got to go.
Terry Francona standing, I don't know, about 15, 20 feet away from this conversation. And the umpires will now go talk to him first. Just missed David Ortiz.
You know, there might be other ejections here they're talking about, too.
Would you eject Ortiz for trying to get out there?
No, he never got out there. He was restrained. He never got out to the mound.
Juan Brazelton, for his participation, should probably go.
Well, you know, that's the hard thing deciding. When you got a pig pile out there like they had, it's hard to, you know, unless you've been in one of those situations, it's really hard to see what's going on in a lot of occasions. You kind of focus in on one thing, and you miss a lot.
There's so many different areas, as we saw with that brawl last year with the Yankees. Got all kinds of things going on back by the backstop. The Tanya Sturts and Gabe Kapler last year away from the main pile. But this really was the nerve center of it all, the mound area.
He's going out to talk to the pitcher, and you see he's stopped by a number of Devil Rays, but then Brazelton comes in. Now let's see.
Right there.
I don't see him.
Mirabelli's got him.
I don't see him throwing a shot.
There's one. He's trying to get loose.
Well, he's trying to grab, I think, right there. And this is pretty much usually what fights are. A lot of pushing and shoving and grabbing and pulling.
Baseball fights. Yes.
But this is an awful long discussion, and in my mind, the pitch has got to go. And it looks like they may be thinking of ejecting somebody from the Red Sox because there's been a long conversation with Francona.
Also now with Lou Piniella as Ted Barrett, and they're going to walk out to the mound, and I assume to go get Lance Carter, and that's going to be the case.
He's gone. There's no question about that.
Seth McClung has been warming up in anticipation of this ejection. And they have notified the Tampa Bay pitcher of his removal, and Lance Carter with words there, but not much he can say in this situation.
What Piniella wants is he wants Ortiz thrown out of the game. Now this is what's been going on this weekend. Kazmir hitting Millar. He hits Manny. That was in game 1 of this series. Last night, more activity here. Millar hit again off the shoulder. And then retaliation later in the game as you see Crawford get hit by Schilling. And then I believe it was McClung who threw one up over the head of somebody following that. So in this inning, you got one behind Ramirez. This is after Arroyo hits Aubrey Huff, of course. And then one over the coconut of Papi Ortiz.
Well, Lance Carter will finally leave.
Lou probably get thrown out too. You know, you're supposed to throw out the manager and the pitcher after a team's been warned. So we'll see if they do throw out Lou.
And that's what happened last year to Terry Francona in that brawl with the Yankees. He was ejected from that game, as was Arroyo. As they talk it over further here, Carter ejected.
You know, of all the ones that people that have been hit this week, and that was the most dangerous pitch right there.
Yeah, I mean they're all,
and the rest were body shots.
Yes.
That was up at the head, and that's not a good thing.
So Seth McClung comes on here for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And so far, as they continue to talk it over now, we'll see what further ejections we have. So far, the only ejection we know of that we can confirm is Lance Carter.
Well, I don't know who on the Red Sox you could eject. Ortiz never got out there.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not sure you could do that. And then the rest of it is just really bench is empty.
Could you make an argument that Nixon was the first on the scene from the Red Sox dugout?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't make any difference.
I don't think that matters, no.
So they continue to talk this over. And Seth McClung will be given as long as he needs to get ready here at the ejection of Carter. The Red Sox have gotten a run in the inning on the home run by Manny Ramirez. We will step aside and come back with more from Tropicana Field.
Know the score before the game with Nesson.
We've got you covered 1 hour before and after each game.
Tune in. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report for analysis, player features, commentary, and more.
And after the last inning, the action is just beginning.
Stay with Nesson for 1 hour of postgame coverage with WB Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra.
Nesson, every night, every day, and every year, history happens here.
Nesson Sports Desk. Now, New England's first word on sports, night and day.
Sports Desk is now a live and local sports news destination.
Sports Desk, Nesson's award-winning sports news report, now delivers your sports news, views, and analysis each night following Red Sox baseball and mornings from 5 to 9.
We are New England's first word on sports, night and day.
Nesson Sports Desk, following Red Sox baseball and mornings from 5 to 9.
Back at Tropicana Field with 1 out in the top half of the 7th inning. And Seth McClung still warming up after Lance Carter was ejected. The bench is emptied here at Tropicana Field. A home run this inning by Manny Ramirez. And all kinds of action as McClung takes over.
That's been a long road back for McClung. He worked in the ball game last night, making his 8th appearance overall on the season. Plus, every pitcher that comes into the game now, they're notified by the umpire that warnings have been given in this game, which I think they probably know. But just a reminder, just in case.
At this point, if you don't know, there might be a problem. As Ortiz, with a count of 2-2, climbs back in. He'll face a new pitcher in Seth McClung. That'll be charged to Carter as Ortiz pops it up foul back and out of play off to the left. I take that back. This will be the responsibility of McClung with a count 2-2. Carter went a third of an inning, giving up a hit and a run. The home run by Manny Ramirez. He didn't walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. Ortiz fouling it off again.
Must be something about this dome, Don, you know? Seems like always something happens down here.
This franchise has not been around very long, but all kinds of action between these two clubs. Of course, playing each other 19 times. And something always happens when the Red Sox are here at Tropicana Field. And Tanian Sturts and others against the Red Sox over the years here as Ortiz strikes out. The second out of the inning.
Well, the Tampa Bay fans will certainly appreciate that. The strikeout against Ortiz. Pretty good fastball by McClung. Maybe the best we've seen him throw yet, spring training included.
Nine-minute delay in the inning as the bench is cleared. Here's Millar with 2 outs, bases empty. He's 2 for 3. Millar with 2 singles and an RBI. Single to left, a single to center. Here's center field. Singleton is there, and he makes the catch. The inning over, the home run by Manny Ramirez. 7th inning stretch time, 5-2 Red Sox.
We're talking poker. Go ahead, ma'am.
Don't mind me, little chippy.
Granny?
Darn tootin'. I just whipped some youngin' at Texas Hold'em. Whee!
No, you didn't sneak out to the poker room again, did you?
Oh, whatever for, when I can go to RoyalVegasPoker.com.
So that's how you raised your game. And now you're kicking some serious butt. In your bathrobe?
No way, Chippy. I'm wearing my lucky thong.
Register now to play in a $100,000 free roll at RoyalVegasPoker.com.
History happens here each week on Nesson.
Walk-off home run! Red Sox win it in the 12th!
So why not rewind and catch it again? Granite City Electric's Red Sox Rewind each week on Nesson as host Hazel May recaps the week in Red Sox Nation with game highlights, interviews, team news, and more.
Hey, struck him out!
Rewind the week that was with Granite City Electric's Red Sox Rewind, Monday and Tuesday nights on Nesson.
For 86 years, the Fenway faithful said, wait till next year. Well, after decades of close calls and ground balls, next year finally happened. The Red Sox made the World Series and made history for not only Red Sox Nation, but the entire nation. The home of the world champion Boston Red Sox is Nesson. Every night, every day, and every year, history happens here.
Back at Tropicana Field with the Red Sox on top 5-2. In the last half of the 7th inning, Bronson Arroyo back out on the mound. This was Aubrey Huff getting hit. Of course, he just wears out. Bronson Arroyo has had great success against him, clearly being thrown out, and then this. And then the pitch to Ortiz that knocks him down and gets it all going here as the bench is clear. David Ortiz never did get to the mound. Toby Hall had him, as well as the home plate umpire Ted Barrett. As the bench is emptied, and Nixon assisted off. And Nixon does come out of the game as Jay Payton is taken over in right field.
Well, you wonder then if you see this move whether Nixon was ejected from the ball game.
Ed Fried is telling us down there that he has been ejected, so Nixon was ejected.
So then maybe Brazelton was ejected
also,
too.
He is not in the dugout, so I'm guessing he too was thumbed, and we do have confirmation now. So in their eyes, the aggressors once they get out there, and the ejections for Brazelton and Nixon. So Jay Payton takes over in right field. And Chris Singleton will lead it off as we head to the last half of the 7th inning. Red Sox have double-barreled action. Mike Myers, the lefty, Matt Manti, the right-hander. Singleton is 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd, grounded out to first base in the 5th. And now Singleton is hit as Arroyo hits him with the second pitch of the inning. Varitek jumps out quickly. Here come the benches again and the bullpens.
You knew that was going to happen, and you know why it was going to happen? They had guys warming up ready to go.
Because you know Arroyo is going to be ejected now.
Yep.
So they have the pitchers ready to go in the bullpen. And again, they meet so far with less pushing and shoving and anything else.
This could break out a little more this time. You're going to have to be careful here. Schilling in there screaming at somebody. It looks like on the left-hand side.
They break up and head back again. Singleton hit to begin the inning.
Well, you knew that was going to happen, Don, because the Red Sox had 2 guys warming up, right? So, I mean, you knew that he was going to hit somebody coming right out, and it's Singleton who gets it. And now Arroyo will be thrown out of the ball game, and we'll go to the bullpen.
Well, the umpires will be headed to get him. But you get Manti, who's been ready. Myers has been ready. And that'll do it for Arroyo. So Carter has been ejected in this one. We've seen Brazelton go, Nixon go, and the most recent ejection belongs to Bronson Arroyo. 5-2 Red Sox on top as we step aside.
NESN Sports Desk. Now, New England's first word on sports, night and day.
Sports Desk is now a live and local sports news destination.
Sports Desk, NESN's award-winning sports news report, now delivers your sports news, views, and analysis each night following Red Sox baseball and mornings from 5 to 9.
We are New England's first word on sports, night and day.
NESN Sports Desk following Red Sox baseball and mornings from 5 to 9. Know the score before the game with NESN.
We've got you covered 1 hour before and after each game.
Tune in. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report for analysis, player features, commentary, and more.
And after the last inning, the action is just beginning.
Stay with NESN for 1 hour of postgame coverage with W.B. Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra.
NESN, every night, every day, and every year, history happens here.
We're in the midst of the last half of the 7th inning. Bronson Arroyo has just been ejected as he hits Singleton to begin the inning. To his credit, it was low. And he is ejected immediately, of course.
Well, you know, had the ball not gone over David Ortiz's head, that might have been the end of it. You know, when he hit Aubrey Huff and then they threw behind Manny, if it had stopped there, that might have been the end of it. But after that, it was the ball over Ortiz's head, and that's what caused the response from Arroyo. Now, Arroyo knew, the Red Sox knew they were going to do this because they had 2 guys warming up in the bullpen. So they knew they were going to drill the first guy up, which I don't think is maybe the smartest move. I'd have maybe waited until 2 outs before doing that. But fortunately, if there's anything good, it was not at the head.
And you're still in a relatively tight ball game here. The Red Sox with a 3-run lead, 5-2. The lead runner on for Tampa Bay.
Well, that's the thing, Don. You know, I mean, you've got to be smart sometimes. You know, I understand you protect teammates, and you've got to do that. But sometimes it's better to wait the 2 outs in the inning. You know, at least you got the 2 outs. There's nobody out now and a man on first, and it's still a close game.
Toby Hall is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play and lined out to center field. That's out of the way of the breaking ball.
There's the numbers so far this season for Manti. Has not allowed a run in 4 of his last 5 outings. His last coming Friday here at Tampa Bay. A little wild in that game against the Devil Rays. Had a couple of walks.
Arroyo leaves after 6+ innings, allowing 7 hits and 2 runs so far. He's still responsible for Singleton, who's at first base. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 2 and hit 2 batters. The last one leading to his ejection.
It may not be over yet. I mean, if you keep in score, you know.
Tampa Bay owes us one.
Yeah, exactly, you know.
They got Danny Baez out there in the bullpen, too. 2-2 the count. Ball hits it deep and far to left. Will it stay fair? No. It makes its way foul. Had the distance, but a foul ball down that left field line.
Not a good breaking ball there. That was a hanger from Manti. Stayed up and in, and fortunately the ball hit foul by Toby Hall. It's kind of rolled up the home plate. That's not where he wants that pitch.
7 career home runs against the Red Sox. That's the most against any team. mph, but low and away, and a full count now. Red Sox with further action in the bullpen. Myers had been up earlier. He's still up. And Timlin has joined him in the bullpen. Ball 4, and he walks Hall. So the potential tying run will be coming to the plate here for Tampa Bay. Hit batsman and a walk. First 2 have reached. So 2 on, nobody out. Nick Green homered his last time up. He's had quite a day. 2 for 2 from the number 9 spot in the Tampa Bay order. He was acquired by the Devil Rays from the Atlanta Braves. A deal that saw their pitcher Jorge Sosa go to the Braves.
I think after this you probably got to go to the lefty Myers for Crawford and Sanchez.
There's Carl Crawford. (5-2) Red Sox lead. Tampa Bay batting in the last half of the 7th inning. 2-1.
We got a pitching change down. I'm going to run downstairs and check on these ejections. Make sure we get it all squared away.
You spent a lot of time in the press box so far in this one.
Unusual today, yeah. A lot of stuff going on here.
That was Brad Mills. Of course, Francona would be ejected as well, along with Bronson Arroyo.
Yeah. So both managers are gone. Couple of pitches, couple of players.
Mills has managed more games than Terry Francona this season. 2-2.
Getting a lot of on-the-job training.
It is. Ball 3 and a full count. 95 miles per hour for Manti. Field line, towards the pole, but foul. Back and out of play down towards the bullpen cafe.
Looked like maybe Green helped out a little bit there. That looked to be ball 4. Don McLaren on the left, Lee Elia on the right.
3-2 pitch again. Green strikes out. And they elevate 94 miles per hour. Manti strikes out Green for the first out of the inning. Here comes Brad Mills to make a pitching change as Manti strikes out Nick Green. He had walked Toby Hall. And Tampa Bay with runners at first and second. And Mike Myers will make his way in from the bullpen with Carl Crawford expected next. We are in the midst of the 7th inning, 5-2 Red Sox.
For 86 years, the Fenway faithful said, wait till next year. Well, after decades of close calls and ground balls, next year finally happened. The Red Sox made the World Series and made history for not only Red Sox Nation, but the entire nation. The home of the world champion Boston Red Sox is NESN. Every night, every day, and every year, history happens here.
Can't catch your Sox in time? At midnight on game nights, tune in Red Sox in 2, an edited down 2-hour replay of the Sox game. So keep track of your Sox around the clock with Red Sox in 2. Stay in and get out each week with NESN Outdoors, featuring Charlie Moore Outdoors, Northeast Journal, and The Ride. NESN Outdoors, hosted by the Mad Fisherman himself. All week long on NESN.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, by Honda, by Foxwoods Resort Casino, by your Lincoln Mercury dealers, by Aflac, and by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. Manti gone after a third of an inning. He's responsible for Toby Hall, who's at first base. He walked him, and Mike Myers comes into the game. The third pitcher used by the Red Sox gets into his 6th game of the year. Last time Myers worked was on Friday in game 1 of the series, going 2/3 of an inning, giving up a hit, and he had a strikeout. Carl Crawford batting with runners at first and second and 1 down here in the last half of the 7th inning. This one foul down the left field line. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. Category runs batted in. American League leaders. Manny on top with 14. This is in home games so far. Carl Crawford's got 12. Tied with Vladimir Guerrero of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Singleton at second base. Hall at first. 1 down. The 0-1 to Crawford. Inside. 1-1. And at second base, Singleton is the responsibility of Arroyo, who is ejected. Ball at first is Manti's. And a swing and a miss for Crawford. 1-2. Eduardo Perez, who was the hero in game 1 of the series, the walk-off pinch hit home run, has grabbed a bat. He's on deck. He would bat for Alex Sanchez.
And that means Timlin would be in the game for the Red Sox.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Nasty pitch.
Yeah, I don't think it's exactly where he wanted. I think he wanted to go away with that breaking ball. It stayed inside, but still a good result. No contact by Crawford. See, Veritek, he set up away. That ball stayed inside, but fortunately, Crawford can't make contact, and Myers gets a big strikeout. So Perez is announced in the game, and here comes Brad Mills, and he'll go down to the bullpen and get Mike Timlin.
So we'll see our fourth pitcher of the inning as Myers comes on to face one batter, gets his job done against Carl Crawford. Timlin making his way in. Pitching change from Tropicana Field, 5-2 Boston.
For 86 years, the Fenway faithful said, wait till next year. Well, after decades of close calls and ground balls, next year finally happened. The Red Sox made the World Series and made history for not only Red Sox Nation, but the entire nation. The home of the world champion Boston Red Sox is NESN. Every night, every day, and every year, history happens here.
Can't catch your Sox in time? At midnight on game nights, tune in Red Sox in 2, an edited down 2-hour replay of the Sox game. So keep track of your Sox around the clock with Red Sox in 2. Stay in and get out each week with NESN Outdoors, featuring Charlie Moore Outdoors, Northeast Journal, and The Ride. NESN Outdoors, hosted by the Mad Fisherman himself. All week long on NESN.
With CVS Pharmacy, you can expect something extra when a Red Sox home game goes extra innings or the Sox bullpen records a save. CVS will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston.
Mike Timlin comes on for the second straight day.
9th appearance overall among the league leaders in that category. Last night in the ball game, an inning, 1 hit allowed. Did have a strikeout. Perez, who was scheduled a pinch hit and will hit, is 0 for 2 in his career against Mike Timlin.
Eduardo Perez with the walk-off home run on Friday night. Will be coming up as the potential tying run to the plate. And 2 outs here in the last half of the 7th inning with Singleton at second base. Toby Hall at first. 7th time that he has had a pinch hit home run. And this was of the walk-off variety, the very first pitch that Alan Embry threw. And it was a quick ending in the bottom of the 9th. A career 208 pinch hitter. And he does have the 7 home runs that we mentioned. Two outs, last of the 7th inning, 2 on. Red Sox on top 5-2. Fouled off to the right. The home run that he hit was off what they call the D-ring catwalk here at Tropicana Field. Dad Tony played 23 years in the major leagues. Pitch and a strike in the count, 0-2. 23 miles per hour from Mike Timlin. He's been hot as a pinch hitter. We saw his pinch hitting numbers just at 208, but lately he's been very good. Got elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame back in 2000. Last missing from Timlin in the count 1-2.
Very rare breaking ball there from Mike Timlin on the 0-2 count. Just missed the outside corner. Curveball from Timlin. You don't see that very often at all.
Perez hit a couple of home runs off Randy Johnson. As he lines this one into right field for a base hit. Coming around is Singleton. He will score the 3rd Tampa Bay run, and it's now 5-3 Boston. And the pinch hitting success continues for Eduardo Perez.
Now there's the case of the hit batter coming around to score. You know, you hit the first guy in the inning, and then 2 strikes. Nice hitting here by Perez. That ball's away. Pretty good pitch. Shoots it to the opposite field. And again, it's a 2-run game. But no quitting the Devil Rays this weekend.
The run is charged to Bronson. Arroyo ends up going 6+, going up 7 hits, 3 runs. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 2. To center field, off the bat of Julio Lugo. Damon back there, still going to the warning track to make the catch. That one carried a long way. As Tampa Bay will strand 2, they get a run. It's 5-3 Red Sox at the end of 7.
Why should you switch to DirecTV today?
I was really sick of the way my cable company was treating us.
We didn't know we had options, so we did nothing for years.
Then I got DirecTV.
I had digital cable, and it was crazy. Only some of the channels were actually digital. With DirecTV service, 100% of the channels are digital.
I got my entire DirecTV system for free. It was installed for free, and I even got a free DVD player. I didn't have to buy a thing.
Have you looked at your cable bill lately? I did. I was paying way too much.
With DirecTV, I pay around $40 a month, and I get 125 channels, including my locals.
It's better picture,
Better sound,
more channels,
and more reliable.
it's free installation.
And it was cheaper than cable.
You don't have to settle.
Get it direct. Get free installation and free equipment for up to 4 rooms through this special television offer. Plus, while supplies last, you'll receive a DVD player free just for subscribing. Pick up the phone and schedule your installation today.
Just pick up the phone and do it.
Damon is running. Here comes the winning run, and Damon is in. The Red Sox win 5-4. In the air to left center field. Struck pretty well. That ball is up. That ball is gone. Walk-off home run. Red Sox win it in the 12, 7-6.
Tomorrow night, it's Sox Orioles at 6 on NESN.
Back here at Tropicana Field, time now to take a look at the road ahead. Brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, and that road leads us back to Boston. 3 games at the Fenway Park against the Baltimore Orioles. David Wells will be on the mound, and he is fitting into his new home at Fenway.
To have the uniform on, it's great because the fans do care, you know, and you can tell because they're sold out every game. You know, in New York, they're not sold out every game, but they're still dedicated, you know. But when there's a big series, then the crazies come out. So, but at least they got the crazies at all the time in Fenway.
The man Sox fans used to love to hate. They now love him, especially after 15 straight scoreless innings and a couple of wins. He'll be on the mound tomorrow against the Orioles. First of 3 against Baltimore, guys.
All right, Derek, thank you very much. Well, here is Jason Varitek to lead it off in the 8th. Seth McClung on the mound again. He worked the final 2 outs of last inning. After Carter was ejected, he was able to strike out Ortiz and then get Millar to line out to center field.
Well, the question is, have we seen the end of everything? And I would think so, or I would hope so. It's a 2-run ball game. Guess it all depends on who wants to get the last lick in.
Riano to Varitek. Trevor Miller, the left-hander, up in the bullpen. Varitek 0 for 3 in the game and 0 for 8 in the series. As he takes ball 4, gets a leadoff walk to begin the top half of the 8th inning. There's Edgar Renteria's had a good day. 2 hits. He has a stolen base and he scored 2 runs. In the dirt, nicely knocked down by Toby Hall, able to get it.
You know, the few times, Don, we've watched McClung pitch, and that goes back to spring training. Remember, he's coming off surgery, Tommy John. It almost looks like he aims the ball a lot. He's aiming for a strike.
He is huge. 6'6", 235 pounds. And he's behind now, 2-0. This will bring out Chuck Hernandez, the pitching coach. Edwin Miller warming in the Tampa Bay bullpen. You mentioned the Tommy John surgery for McClung. In 2003, he was 22 years old when he made the jump from Double-A to the major leagues. And then made 12 appearances, 5 starts before ending that season with the Tommy John surgery. And working his way back. Did pitch in the minor leagues last year in a couple of rehab stints. From a 5th-round draft choice by the Devil Rays back in '99. And that brief 12-game stint that he had before getting the Tommy John surgery was 4-1 for Tampa Bay. 5 starts, 12 games overall. McClung has walked Jason Varitek to begin the 8th. He's behind Renteria. Ball framed it and kept it there for a long time, but Ted Barrett says it's ball 3, 3-0. Strike 3-1 to Renteria.
This will be the last hitter for McClung. They got the lefty ready for Vasquez.
Fouled off to the right. It's a full count now. McClung had been down 3-0, but it's 3-2. Tech gains a short lead off first base, held on by Travis Lee. Renteria fouls off another. Oh, and Embry was up while Tinlin was finishing off the Devil Rays in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, he's probably loose. And what'll happen when there's 2 outs in the inning, he'll get up to throw again probably. You got lefties coming up, Huff and Lee, so we would expect to see Embry.
Ball 4 to Renteria. Back-to-back walks given up by Seth McClung to open up the 8th. And Hernandez is going to make the pitching change. And Trevor Miller will make his way into the game. With Vasquez expected next. Red Sox on top 5-3. They've got the first 2 on with nobody out here in the 8th. The pitching change from Tropicana Field. Damon is running. Here comes the winning run.
Is underactive thyroid function keeping you fat?
Underactive thyroid function caused by crash diets or unbalanced weight loss programs can slow your metabolism and make losing weight almost impossible. But now there's Thyron ATC, safe, effective weight loss with the thyroid support you need. Face it, poor thyroid function is a diet killer. It can sabotage any weight loss plan. That's why there's Thyron ATC. Finally, safe, effective weight loss. Thyron ATC, the weight loss you want with the added support you need. Thyron ATC, it works, really works.
Call in the next 15 minutes and find out how you can receive a bonus bottle of Thyron ATC absolutely free. Call 1-800-887-9114. That's 1-800-887-9114. Thyron ATC, the weight loss you want plus the thyroid support you need. Order now. Supplies are limited.
Thyron ATC, see the difference, feel the difference. You won't be disappointed.
We're talking poker. Go ahead, ma'am.
Don't mind me, little Chippy.
Granny?
Darn tootin'. I just whipped some youngin' at Texas Hold'em. Whee!
No, you didn't sneak out to the poker room again, did you?
Oh, whatever for, when I can go to RoyalVegasPoker.com.
So that's how you raised your game. And now you're kicking some serious butt. In your bathrobe?
No way, Chippy. I'm wearing my lucky thong.
Raise your game at RoyalVegasPoker.com.
Sports Desk complete coverage from day 2 of the NFL Draft, plus highlights from today's Sox-Rays game and a look ahead to Game 2 between the Celtics and the Pacers. Celtics packed one on them last night. Sports Desk tonight at 10 p.m.
Trevor Miller, the new Tampa Bay pitcher.
Came in last night, struck out Mark Bellhorn in a clutch situation. 8th appearance overall. Vasquez probably bunting here. with first and second and nobody out.
Jason Varitek had a leadoff walk. Edgar Renteria walks. So 2 on, nobody out. Vasquez squaring to bunt, dropping it down foul.
First and second, a lot. You try to push the ball hard toward third base, make the third baseman feel it, make him come off the bag to leave third base open. And he's attempting to go in that direction, but fouls it right off.
The strike, and now he's down 0-2. Trevor Miller from Louisville, Kentucky. Originally a Detroit Tigers draft pick back in 1991. Diving at second is Cantu. He throws to second base, and they get the out there. Nice play by Cantu. And force out Renteria. On to third base goes Jason Varitek.
Yeah, nice play there by Cantu. No 0-2. They take off the bunt. Pretty solid contact by Vasquez, but Cantu, who's playing a double play deck, can dive, knock it down, and then still go to second base to get that lead runner. Nice play by the Devil Rays second baseman.
Oh, that throw from his stomach. And they get Renteria at second base. So Varitek on to third. Vasquez at first. And the Red Sox number 9 hitter Mark Bellhorn. 0 for 3 so far in the afternoon. Bellhorn is grounded back to the mound. Flied out to center field and struck out swinging. And is down 0-1. Trevor Miller first broke into the major leagues in 1996 with Detroit. Spent time with the Houston Astros for a couple of seasons. Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Toronto in 2003. This is his second season with Tampa Bay. Signed here as a free agent before last year. Further action in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Rob Bell, right-handed pitcher, warming up. Tampa Bay so far has used 4 pitchers. And after Hideo Nomo has gone 6 innings, their starter gave up 4 of the 5 runs. Lance Carter going a third of an inning. He gave up the home run to Manny Ramirez and then was ejected, along with a cast of others. As that misses away the ejections, Lance Carter, Juwan Brazelton, Trot Nixon, Bronson Arroyo, and of course both managers, Lou Piniella and Terry Francona.
Well, it's the thing you always worry about when you have that kind of situation is, will there be suspensions coming down the line?
Terry Francona is still yet to hear from the earlier situation in the ejection for arguing balls and strikes at Fenway. Papa Jack has already served his suspension from that situation at Fenway. In the first game of the road trip against the Baltimore Orioles, he sat out that game. There's a runner at first, but it is ball 4 to Bellhorn. The third walk of the inning given up by Tampa Bay pitching. And the bases are loaded with 1 down.
Now, the Devil Rays have tried to battle back here all day long, but you get deep in the game, you get only down by 2, and you get 3 walks here in 1 inning.
So the bases are loaded with 1 down for Johnny Damon. He's had 2 hits. He's been on base 3 times. And he has stolen a base in this one as well. This hits a single and a double. Strike one to Damon. 413 career hitter with the bases loaded, 4 grand slams. He bats with Varitek at third, Vasquez at second, Bellhorn at first. One and one to Damon. Inside, almost hitting Damon, and it's now 2-1 to Johnny.
I was surprised to see the middle infield playing for double play. Damon did good speed down the line. A little bit closer than the normal double play deck.
Tampa Bay trying to preserve the 2-run deficit as Miller misses away, and it's 3-1. No place to put Johnny Damon with the bases loaded and 1 down. The 3-1. Damon swings and misses. Foul tipped it into the catcher's mitt. Miller's 3-2 pitch. Damon lines it into center field, a base hit. From third comes Varitek, and the Red Sox lead at 6-3. The third hit of the day for Johnny Damon.
He gets a 3-2 breaking ball, too, from Devin Miller. He threw a fastball by him, 3-1, a 3-2 breaking ball, and Damon with the line drive to center field for the base hit. Damon 2 runs batted in today, 9 total on the season, and that's going to be it for Miller.
So another pitching change from Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay. Chuck Hernandez heads out to get Miller. And Rob Bell will make his way in for Tampa Bay. Red Sox now on top 6-3.
You're 8 years old. You've always been told you can't do much of anything right, and you believe it. Maybe you've been abused, maybe you've been moved from place to place, but whatever hand life has dealt you, one day you find yourself in a world that gives you the freedom to think in bright colors, and where there are no wrong answers. I think you're right. You're Colorado.
The Boston Globe Sports Plus on NESN.
Hey, it's a what have you done for me lately kind of world.
Tune in each week for sports news and interviews.
The Red Sox are in Mariano Rivera's head, yes or no?
Plus, entertaining debate, insight, and commentary you'll get only from the Boston Globe sports team.
Yesterday's hero is today's bum.
The Boston Globe Sports Plus on NESN with 2 shows each week. It's sports plus a whole lot more. History happens here each week on NESN.
Walk-off home run! Red Sox win it in the 12th!
So why not rewind and catch it again? Granite City Electric's Red Sox Rewind each week on NESN as host Hazel May recaps the week in Red Sox Nation with game highlights, interviews, team news, and more.
Bang struck him out!
Rewind the week that was with Granite City Electric's Red Sox Rewind, Monday and Tuesday nights on NESN.
6-3, Red Sox on top. Pitching change for Tampa Bay, and they bring in Rob Bell.
Starting rotation to start the season, but the numbers were not pretty, so he's been moved to the bullpen. In 3 starts, a record of 1-1, but a 10.80 ERA. 23 hits in 13 1/3 innings.
First at bat of the day for Jay Payton, and took over after Trot Nixon was ejected as part of the altercation. Payton at 259 so far, a home run, 6 runs batted in. Bases loaded for Boston. Vasquez at third, Bellhorn at second, and Damon at first base. Payton hits it high in the air to deep left field. A drive that'll give him a grand slam, and the Red Sox a 10-3 lead.
Payton coming into the game because Trot Nixon was ejected from the game. He faces a right-hander, and he opens the game wide up for the Red Sox. You know, this inning, 3 walks from Devil Ray pitching, then the base hit by Damon, and now the home run by Jay Payton. Grand slam home run.
Second grand slam, the first one back in 2000 for Jay Payton as Manny Ramirez stands in and takes a strike. So Jay Payton with a grand slam that opens this thing open. The Red Sox 10-3. And it's now a 5-run top half of the 8th inning for the Red Sox. That was the 5th grand slam Tampa Bay has given up in the last 9 games. And he strikes out quickly for the second out of the inning. So 2 down, and it brings up David Ortiz. Ortiz is 0 for 4 today. Ground out, strikeout, fly out, and another strikeout. David Ortiz now 3 for 12 in the series against Tampa Bay. The Devil Rays had secured the first 2 games of this series and kept chipping away today as the Red Sox had a couple of leads and Tampa Bay kept trying to come back. They did inch close, and the Red Sox have opened things up 10-3, and Ortiz opens up this one to deep right field and gone up off the catwalk. David Ortiz hits his 7th home run of the season, and the Red Sox lead it 11-3.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, you had a ball thrown by behind Ramirez. He hits a home run. You had a ball thrown over Ortiz's head, and then he responds with a home run. An explosion here in the top of the 8th inning. And this is killed. I mean, crushed off the catwalk.
Fouls it off himself. The 7th home run for David Ortiz.
And you can see why Bell was moved to the bullpen.
Now really hurt himself fouling that off himself.
Now Millar's been getting beat up. I mean, he's been hit by a few pitches. He's fouled a number of pitches off his foot, his ankle.
Going to stay in the game. Jim Rowe, Brad Mills out there to check on him. He's 2 for 4 today with an RBI. Well, fouling it back to the backstop, 0-2. Jason Varitek waits on deck. He's the guy that got this whole thing started with the leadoff walk. The Devil Rays pitching staff walking 3 in the inning. Grand slam in the inning for Jay Payton, a solo home run for David Ortiz, and the Red Sox lead at 11-3. Jay Payton, his first at bat of the game, taking over for Nixon, who had been ejected. Millar chops it foul. 30,236 on hand here today. The 3rd game of this 3-game series. Smallest crowd of the 3. And an enormous crowd here last night. The 1-2 pitch. 2-2 now to Millar. It foul back into the seats. Broke his bat. He'll get a new one. Well, this inning started. It was just a 2-run lead for the Red Sox, on top 5-3. And they've come up with 6 runs here in the 8th.
Now, generally, when you come in out of the bullpen and you walk 3 guys late in the ball game, something bad's usually going to happen, and it's been real bad this inning for the Devil Rays.
A lot bad happened. Well, inside to Millar, missing, and it's 3-2. We also get to the point in this one where now that things have opened up, when the Red Sox have a big lead, Tampa Bay feels like they've got retaliation left in them as this one goes to the backstop. And Millar down to first base. Because if you are keeping score, Tampa Bay owes one, at least in their eyes.
Well, if you're looking at the more recent, yeah. I don't know if you tally them all up over the weekend. I'm not sure if you're even or not.
For years. So Varitek will bat for the second time in the inning. Jason walked to get it all started. Red Sox have batted around here in the 8th. Rob Bell is the 5th Tampa Bay pitcher of the contest. Varitek is ahead 2-0. Total of 4 walks in the inning given up by Tampa Bay relief pitchers. And a total of 9 walks in the game for Tampa Bay's pitching staff. Strike, and it's 2-2. Embry ready in the bullpen as he is still warming up down there in the pen.
That's Halama, I think. Since they got the big lead, they've switched to John Halama.
Yeah, correct. Line to right, in for a hit. And up to second base goes Millar. The hits just keep coming in the inning. So 2 on, 2 outs, and Edgar Renteria will be next. Varitek reaching twice in this inning. Walking now a single, his first hit of the series.
Well, if they were hoping putting Bell in the bullpen would help to get him straightened out, that hasn't happened here today.
And there's nobody in the pen behind him right now. This is his situation to get out of. And as Edgar Renteria, who's been on base 3 times today, takes a strike. A couple of hits, a stolen base, and a walk for Renteria. Renteria fouls that one off, and it's 1-2. Rob Bell, 27 years old. And the most wins in his major league career last year with 8 wins. He was 8-8. And he had 19 starts for Tampa Bay. First came up in the Cincinnati Reds organization of the big leagues in 2000. Time with the Reds, a couple of years with the Texas Rangers. And this marks his 3rd go around with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. 1-2 to Renteria. Millar at second base, Varitek at first. All 2-2-2. the fly. Everybody moves up. Millar to third, Varitek to second base.
I mean, he's thrown two that have not even been close, way up over the head of the hitters. One to Millar when he walked him, and now this one here to Belt. And out comes Hernandez again. It's been quite an inning.
Yes, it has. Ted Barrett is going to join the conversation as well. Renteria, the 11th man to bat in the inning. The Red Sox have scored 6 times in the inning. Renteria walked earlier in the inning. Now batting with a full count. First base is open. Jay Payton with a grand slam. David Ortiz with a solo home run in the inning. The Red Sox on top 11-3 with 2 in scoring position. 2 outs. And a full count to Edgar Renteria. Ball 4, he walks him. The 5th walk of the inning given up by Tampa Bay's relief corps.
That's the 2nd time here in the 8th inning that Renteria has walked.
So the base is loaded now for Ramon Vasquez.
All the goodwill that the Devil Rays really have given to their fans this weekend have kind of been thrown away here this afternoon here late in the game.
In the air to deep right field. Vasquez puts a charge into it. Singleton onto the warning track will make the catch as Vasquez made a bid for a 2nd grand slam in the inning for the Red Sox. But they'll take the one they got. Jay Payton's grand slam. David Ortiz with a home run. And the Red Sox on top 11-3.
Sox Orioles at 6 on Nesson. Tune in Nesson each week to experience the
Find great car dealers all across Eastern Maine, and everyone has low prices and incentives. So why buy your next vehicle at Down East Toyota? We have Maine's largest selection of new Toyotas, more than 300. Our new 18-car showroom is customer friendly, and we go out of our way to make service convenient for you. But most of all, it's our people. Customers come back year after year and see the same faces. That says a lot about a car dealership. Down East Toyota, Wilson Street and Brewer. Buy your next vehicle from a familiar face.
Bounce down to your lottery agent and get your Maine Powerball ticket today. And remember, Power Play lets you multiply your non-jackpot winnings up to 5 times.
Maine Powerball. The Power Play is powerful fun.
Tune in Sundays at 7 p.m. with replays Saturdays at 6 and Tuesdays at 5:30.
Last half of the 9th inning back at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy along with Eric Freed as the Red Sox enjoy an 11-3 lead. John Halama back on the mound for Boston here to work the last half of the 9th inning. John came into the game last inning, gave up a couple of hits, but got out of the inning unscathed. He struck out 2 as he got Lee and Singleton, both by way of the K. And he will face Nick Green to begin things here in the bottom of the 9th. Green scheduled to bat, then Carl Crawford and Eduardo Perez. Lama, the 5th Red Sox pitcher of the game. Bronson Arroyo went 6+ innings before he was ejected. Pitcher record right now for Boston, 7 hits, 3 runs. Arroyo did not walk anybody. He struck out 2. In line to pick up his 2nd victory. This is the first time this year that Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz have each homered in the same game. They've done it 21 times over the last 2 seasons, but the first time here in 2005. They did it 12 times last year. Strike, and it's 2-1 to Nick Green. He's got a pretty good day from the number 9 spot in the Tampa Bay order. A single in the 3rd, a home run in the 5th inning, and then he struck out in the 7th. His home run was the first of this season. Tampa Bay coming into the day leading the American League in hitting at 291. Latest that they have ever been on top of the American League this deep into the season. Line to left and in for a base hit. The 3rd hit for Nick Green.
And check out an all-new episode of PartyPolka.net. Boston versus New York Polka Challenge today after Red Sox baseball, and again at 8 p.m. Only 3 episodes left in the PartyPolka.net Boston versus New York Polka Challenge, and Boston is making a comeback. Let's hope they come all the way back, Don.
Nick Green with 3 hits today, and he joins Aubrey Huff, who also has 3 hits. Nick Green had 3 hits 4 times last year. It's a career high as he ties it again here today. Carl Crawford does not have a hit in the game. Crawford is 0 for 4. Struck out last time up after flying out twice and grounding out.
I've noticed, though, since they put that new scoreboard out in left field, where are the out-of-town scores?
I don't see them anywhere here in the building.
They used to be listed up in that area where they see Carl Crawford.
I haven't seen them anywhere unless they're on the auxiliary board.
Up above first base, there's an auxiliary board there. Yeah, it's tough for us to see from where we're located.
Yeah, they used to have them all lined up on that board out there that's now taken over by the name and number of at-bats.
Quite a bit of material up on that.
Yeah.
Got the number, the position, the name, 0 for 4. I bet you enjoy looking at that when you're at the plate. Oh boy, I'm 0 for 4 today. 7th inning, he struck out swinging, sitting 282, and his on-base percentage is .333.
Nick Green at first, nobody out here in the last half of the 9th inning. Chop towards shortstop. Renteria goes to second for 1. The throw on to first base. No chance to get the speedy Carl Crawford. And they do record the out at second base of Nick Green.
Looks like Crawford's 7-game hitting streak will come to an end in this ball game here today. 0 for 5 now.
There's Eduardo Perez, who came in to pinch hit in the 7th inning and got an RBI single. At the time, they made it 5-3. Tampa Bay was back within 2 runs, but the Red Sox scoring 6 times in the top of the 8th. Crawford was taken off with the pitch as this one's fouled off to the left.
Perez has had 3 at-bats in this series. In all 3 at-bats, he swung at the first pitch. Of course, remember the home run on Friday night.
Mentioned that he is the son of Tony Perez. Tony played from 1964 through 1986 with the Reds, Expos, Phillies, and of course the Red Sox. You're a .279 hitter with 379 home runs. Elected to Baseball's Hall of Fame in 2000. Now a special assistant with the Florida Marlins. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, and it's 1-2.
In just a few more outs, this big sign will be coming down. The security makes his way to back to the truck. You don't have any idea how long it takes to get this thing down, and the number of Secret Service and security that take it back to the truck so it doesn't get stolen.
Usually taken in a briefcase.
Who's behind the curtain? Somebody behind that curtain?
This one down the first base line. McCarty's got it. He's going to need help. Malama covers. And they're able to get Perez. Up to second base goes Crawford with now 2 down in the inning.
Kind of like when the late Johnny Carson, used to wait for his monologue to come out and somebody'd hold the curtain. Oh, there is somebody behind the curtain. It's Shannon.
Our assistant Shannon.
Okay.
Usually have to take it down in a briefcase with the handcuffs.
Oh, yeah. This
handcuffs to make sure that no one takes the banner in between this and our next destination.
Looks good, though, doesn't it?
It certainly does. That is some kind of banner.
Look, we fit that on the plane, really. Think about it.
There's Julio Lugo, 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tampa Bay scratched out 11 hits in this game. Red Sox have 13. Emma falling behind 2-0. Lugo does not have one of those hits today of the 11 that Tampa Bay has. Grounded out twice, flied out twice. To right field, Payton has it sized up, and the Red Sox salvage the 3rd game of this 3-game series in impressive fashion in 3 hours and 30 minutes. The Red Sox win 11-3.
Play of the game is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, and it's the grand slam home run by Jay Payton coming in after Trot Nixon was ejected, and off Bell, a grand slam to really open this ball game up for the Red Sox.
So the Red Sox win this one 11-3. For Jerry Remy and Eric Freed, I'm Don Orsillo saying good afternoon from Tropicana Field. It's time now for WB Mason's Extra Innings with Tom Caron and Jim Rice. Tom?
Thanks very much. As there is plenty to talk about from this one. It looks like a one-sided score on paper at 11-3, but the history of ugliness goes back a way between these two teams.
All the right moves. I mean.
Stay in and get out each week with Nesson Outdoors, featuring Charlie Moore Outdoors, Northeast Journal, and The Ride. Nesson Outdoors, hosted by the mad fisherman himself. All week long on Nesson. Celebrating 2 decades of sport. Nesson, the New England Sports Network.
The following program is a paid presentation for the Shark Professional Cordless Sweeper, brought to you by EuroPro. Tired of vacuums that can't do the job? Frustrated by vacs that only clean halfway? Then fire your amateur vac and bring a professional into your home. Introducing the Shark Professional Cordless Electronic Carpet Sweeper. It does everything you expect a vacuum to do and tons more. It picks up mashed-in dirt on white carpet, pet hair from hell, even cooked food camping out on your floor. The revolutionary secret, a powerful 3-speed motor with intelligent electronics. Choose Speed 1 for hard surface floors, Speed 2 for carpets, and Speed 3 for deep-down turbo cleaning. Watch it do everything your vacuum can. It devours itsy-bitsy rice, gravel, nuts and bolts, broken glass. Even cleaning professionals are amazed by what it can do. And at just over 4 pounds, it feels lighter than air. Yet its innovative 3-speed design packs huge power to tackle really big professional jobs even vacuums can't handle. But can it pick up an entire mile of gravel weighing over 500 pounds on a single charge? Stay tuned to find out. And to tell you all about this amazing new cleaning innovation from Shark, here's your host, Lisa Rogers.
Welcome. I'm so excited about what we're going to see today.
the latest innovation from Shark, the company that creates the world's most amazing products for cleaning life's real messes. And here to tell us about it is the president of Shark, Mark Rosen.
How you doing, Lisa?
Welcome.
Wouldn't it be great if there was a lightweight, quiet, cordless cleaning product that could do everything you wanted your vacuum cleaner to do and many things you would never expect your vacuum cleaner could do?
I'm sorry, Mark. You and I both know there isn't a product on the market that can do that.
Well, now there is. Check this out, Lisa. The new Shark Professional Intelligent Electronic Cordless Carpet Sweeper.
Look how light it is. It's amazing.
We gave this revolutionary product out to a number of professionals to test out and see what they thought. Today, throughout the show, we're going to see their reactions.
Great.
Now, let me show you what it can do.
Okay.
The Shark Professional Cordless Sweeper has 3-speed intelligent electronic control. The first speed is for hard floors.
Okay.
Now check out how the side brush just reaches in there along the wall and pulls out the dirt. There's nothing else out there like this. Now here we have larger particles